This is a video response to Thunderfoot's video, which mentioned his philosophical model, the bubble of reality. This video will suggest an alternative way to imagine what the bubble of reality may look like. Instead of a perfect bubble, let's imagine an odd, deformed shape, and instead of calling it the bubble of reality, let's call it the cloud of proven fact. Suppose that outward, the cloud's growth represents the accumulation of information, and around the cloud represents different topics. The areas of the cloud that have grown furthest from the center represent topics that have been studied the most. Now let's introduce another shape, the cloud of imagination. Of course, this cloud has been shrunk to fit the screen, and that imagination is virtually limitless. This cloud contains things that are factually proven, as well as anything else like religion, theology, mythology, and so on. Let's introduce two more clouds to the picture, the cloud of science and the cloud of philosophy. The cloud of science extends only slightly further into unknown, carefully and cautiously. Science does this because it needs to explore new territory before any new discoveries and facts can be made. A scientist must make a hypothesis before he can declare it as fact. Philosophy can extend further into the imagination, because it does not always need physical evidence in order to be valid philosophy. Philosophy is the stepping stone from imagination to hypothesis. The benefit of this model is that it illustrates the relationship between proven fact and mere thought more accurately. There is no solid, concrete line separating the two because we do not actually know everything there is to know about reality. Certain ideas can be seen as more possible than others. Finally, let's add one more shape, actual reality in the way that it really is, the form in which science tries to shape itself. As expected, there are probably many places where philosophers were off by a long shot. There are probably certain things that scientists are not completely accurate about. There may be some things that fact, science, and philosophy all explain fairly well. And most importantly, there is still probably a lot to learn. Unfortunately, we do not yet know exactly what the shape of reality is. This is my interpretation of how these clouds change over time. In my opinion, a healthy mind is one that can extend somewhere between proof and the edge of imagination. If you will believe anything you hear or think of, you are not thinking. Also, if you will only believe in things that are guaranteedly factual, you are not thinking either. An intelligent person is open to ideas that have some possibility, while also being tolerant of uncertainty. You need some things for the left brain to work on, as well as some things for the right brain. I strongly encourage you, the viewer, to expand or compress your range of openness that has room for both facts and unknown possibilities.